Hi, my name is Barry Crampton. Today I'm going to show you around our Bentley Continental GT. Then I'll take you for a ride in it, but first I'll tell you a little bit more about it. It's a 4-litre GT V8S automatic, 4-wheel drive, Euro 5 engine, 3,993cc, 2014 on the 64 plate. Absolutely beautiful throughout and great specification. Has done 42,295 miles at the moment, but when you do inquire about it, ask about the mileage because we can't stop John from using it, as you would expect. Fuel economy: urban 18.4 miles per gallon, extra urban 36.7 miles per gallon, and combined is 26.8 miles per gallon. Has a 0 to 60 time of 4.3 seconds, a top speed of 192 miles per hour out of a V8 521 brake horsepower 32 valve engine. I've been waiting to do this for a few days now. We finally got a nice day. The car is absolutely fantastic to drive. It's beautiful to look at. Great colour combination. I'll tell you the proper colours in a short while and the proper mix of the interior. But it's just beautiful. It really is. 4-wheel drive. It feels absolutely planted to the road. We've just had it serviced. Probably the best car we've had in, I suppose, really, in terms of comfort. I think it was about £128,000 new. I'll run through the spec as well, and I'll try and tell you about it. But yesterday, I was pulling the brochures up on the internet, and there's so much it does. It's got cylinder deactivation technology, so when you're not pressing the gas pedal too hard, the accelerator too hard, then it goes into 4-cylinder mode. So you've got kind of a 4-litre V8 or a 2-litre 4-cylinder. So it's pretty economical too. Again, I noticed on the way up, it was averaging 23 miles per gallon. And from a cold start this morning, the car was all frozen up this morning. It's a lovely day, but it's flipping cold. So 23 miles per gallon, I'd be happy with that, to be fair. It's got these 21-inch rotor design alloys, the big red Bentley calipers there, massive discs, shod with Pirelli P0s all round, dual headlights, daytime running lights, the black mesh grille, low chin spoiler, front parking sensors, the chrome headlight surrounds. Must show you the engine. All the switch gear and the handles, the bonnet release. The bonnet release feels like it's milled out of a big piece of aluminium. Whether it is or not, I don't know, but it really is. The engine there, you can't really see a whole lot because, as usual, they've all got big plastic covers over them. But even the plastic cover looks absolutely proper. Twin turbo badge, 4-litre V8, the Bentley badge at the back, the oil cap, and the oil cap looks just like the fuel cap, and the fuel cap looks like if you had it in your hand you could knock somebody out in it. It weighs a ton. Proper well-built vehicle, unbelievably well built. Chrome window surrounds, no rear privacy glass, but to be fair, the back window is only yay big, so that would look silly. And this just looks class. I prefer it without the tinted rear windows anyway, or the privacy glass. It just looks so much better. We've got nice sill extensions at the bottom there, and then again this matching chrome strip at the bottom. Has a rear spoiler which comes up at a certain speed. I think if it's up and the police see you, you're going to get arrested. I could have sworn it was about 94 miles per hour, but I could be wrong. You can also put it up by hand, and it comes down in 4 stages so nobody gets a hand trap. But to be fair, if they sat on your boot at 94 miles per hour, they deserve to get their hand trapped. Everything about it, the lines are so clean, and everything is just kind of seamless and flush. the lights, you know, they don't stick out, there's no gaps around them. It's a kind of an engineering and also an artistic sort of masterpiece. The little chrome flashes at the back here down the side, the twin exhausts with chrome tips, reversing sensors here. We've the release is built into the Bentley badge, which is beautiful, and it'll go up from the touch of a switch. It's also, as you can see, power open, power close. The power close button is there. This has got the reversing camera as well, and I think just the reversing camera was an extra £775 on the car, and that's just there. There's enough room to get at least one set of golf clubs in, and some fairly big bags, although the actual entry to the boot is not that big. It does go back a fair way. Little plates screwed on here. It's the best of British. It's just fantastic. I mean, if you look after this car, it'll go down for a bit, but then I would imagine it'll start coming up like the other Bentleys. So it's a beautiful colour. It's a beautiful colour combination. The fuel cap. Let me the fuel cap again looks like it's been milled out of one solid piece of aluminium. Whether it has or not, I don't know. So now I'm just going to take you for a ride in it. I did want to go down the motorway today. However, let's just see. On the way up the motorway, they've got it down to one lane, virtually all the way from Lancaster to Preston. So it's not going to be ideal for me going down the motorway. So I'm going to take you down the country, and it's probably not the mileage that this Bentley is going to be doing down country lanes. Although it would, if it was a Sunday car, it would be ideal for a Sunday car. It's low mileage. It's probably one of the best examples around. Great service history, as I say. We've just had it. We've just had it done at Bentley Manchester, and it's just, I could sit and look at it. It really is a work of art. Right, I'll take you for a ride in it. There you go, that's the key. Foot on the brake, ignition on. And then that V8. That's what it's like inside. Of course, it's got double glazing. On the outside, it's completely different. Wow. See here, the seatbelt comes out on a stalk. I'm just going to turn that down. When I first got in it this morning, all frozen up. As I say, beautiful day, but very cold today. The car's just absolutely, I'm just going to turn it around because the sun's on where I'll be videoing, and I just want to tell you a little bit more about it without the sun being on my cameras and overheating them. So there's the £775 reversing camera, and I mean, actually looking at it, does it, when you put it in reverse, so in reverse there, yeah, it kind of highlights the bit where you're going there, and greys out the rest, so you know what you're doing. Here we go. That's the specification of the vehicle. And right, main paint Havana, hide, magnolia and dark bourbon. I mean, it's just lovely. The carpet, the boot carpet, beluga. You've also got the roof here, and I mean, I think you'll probably love or hate this interior. I love it, but you've seen my jacket, so there you go. That might be a bad thing. But having said that, John's a bit laid back and conservative when it comes to clothing and so on, and cars and buying them, and he loves it too. I wish I was cleverer, and I wish I could describe the interior and the way it's made. I mean, even the steering wheel, you look at the steering wheel and it's kind of the same lines, the same symmetry as the dashboard. This, you know, the hollowed out, the steering wheel in the dual hide as well, aluminium round the switches on here. Everything feels great. The gear knob, leather, and this aluminium kind of knurled top. You can adjust the shock absorbers. Obviously you can put it into sport. I got in the car this morning and I always come up here early to try and miss the traffic and miss the people who go walking up here. And I got in it and it said low tire pressures. Oh, marvellous. 6 o'clock, freezing. I always carry a compressor with me wherever I go. Guess what? Not today. It's in the boot of my Range Rover because I had a puncture the other day. So I headed to the petrol station, the fuel station, but on the way to the fuel station I started messing around with the controls, and here if you go into car there, you'll see there car system setup, and it tells you the tyre pressures in the front and back. But here, over here, you've got speed. So you've got comfort, normal and maximum. If you go to maximum, there you go. Tyre pressure's too low. It's too low for the maximum that you're going to use this car at. So I'll just go back there, go back to comfort, and the tyre pressure warning light will go off. But again, I'll go back to my teapot analogy. I bought a teapot. Doesn't matter whether you're right or left-handed, you put tea bags in it, you pour water in it. It has one job. Whether you pour in 1 cup or 6 cups, it's all the same. It has one job. We've been drinking tea in the British Empire since God knows when, and it drips. I can't pour it without it dripping. So, but this Bentley, it's designed for 1 person, 2 people, or 2 kids in the back. You're never going to fit adults in the back there. You're really not. But it's designed to potter around town or do 198 mile an hour. The same tyres. The suspension can be adjusted. There you go. That's the suspension. Your comfort, and you can have it all the way up to sport, or just click plus or minus. Comfort. You know, it's comfort every time. Service. I'm going to turn that down again so my cameras don't overheat with the sun on them. 11th of 12, 2014 at 462 miles, Bentley Kent, that's the running in service. 14th of the 7th, 2016 at 1,657 miles, Bentley Kent. 15th of the 8th, 2017, 13,252 miles, Bentley Kent. 11th of the 9th, 2018 at 19,288 miles, Harwoods. 21st of the 9th, 2020 at 30,368 miles, Bentley Bristol. 11th of the 10th, 2021 at 36,381 miles, Bentley Bristol. We've just had it done yesterday. I've lost track of the days. No, Wednesday it was done. So that was done at Bentley Manchester. Oh, one thing in the brochure that I've got to tell you. Shaped by air, driven like the wind. That's in the brochure. I thought that was tremendous. And then I've made a load of other notes, really. So gentle throttle opening. It converts to 4-cylinder. It deactivates 4 cylinders, and you're just driving around town and basically in a 2-litre V4. It has hydraulic engine mounts to take the vibration away at, at tick over. Just old stuff that's, you'll notice this, if you've got a car with stop-start, every time you pull up, you move 10 yards in a traffic jam, it cuts off, then it starts again, and it like rattles. That's the worst time in a car, starting a car up. It's the worst time, and under the most stress, I think, and certainly on tick over. So divine that out. It's got a 40% efficiency gain. I'm assuming that's on the W, or is it? Perhaps it's on the, I don't know. I don't know about that. It might be over the W12, but it's nearly as fast. I think the W12 does about another 8 miles an hour. 530 miles between fill-ups. No, I can't read my own writing here. Oh, this is fiddleback eucalyptus, and it has kind of a 3D effect. This wood, so that's absolutely. I mean, it's just beautiful. And the Cobra head seats. Now, that doesn't mean it's made out of Cobra's heads. It means it looks like one. And when you look at it now, it actually does. I'll try and remember to put a picture of a Cobra in case you've never seen one. But there are those that, when you annoy them, the neck or the head swells up. Right, let's go. Let's get going. 3-position electric memory seats, height and reach adjustable steering wheel, and that's electric height and reach adjustable, like from there. Now I'm just going to be careful. It's fairly low, this car, and I don't want to bottom out here. And I also see we're also going into the sunless light. Actually, just turn that back on. It's media. The sound system is kind of second to none. It reminds me of an electric car. You can hardly hear the engine. All you can hear really is tyre noise. The tyres, P0s, on the motorway on a smooth surface, you can hardly hear the tyres. On a rough surface, I would say they're quite noisy, but the only reason they're quite noisy is because everything else is so quiet. It's just a beautiful car. This road is terrible here. I'm going to try and miss all that. And I'll just put it in sport. It actually felt like it was going to do a wheelie then. It felt like the front wheels were going to come off the ground like a dragster. You need a wheelie bar on the back. Oh, it's got soft closed doors as well. So all you'd need to do is just push the doors to, and then the motors will bring the door in and close it properly. Everything is, I really miss the old days. Proper switches, everything machined, no plastics as such. When cars were made properly, and especially Bentleys. I was in Sorrento a few years ago, And I saw an old Bentley blower with being chased, actually. It looked like they were racing through Sorrento, and they're just timeless, really. Got power folding door mirrors. Must be going too fast anyway. A lovely display. Not too complicated. I mean, just imagine one of these iPad things in here. It's just not right, is it? It's a Mulliner spec as well. Oh, gosh. As soon as I can pull up again when it's somewhere safe, I'll just tell you the extras. I think it costs 128 grand new, or 128,000 pounds. When you first get in it, you think, "Oof, God, this is a big car." And when you look in the mirrors, you can see the haunches at the back. It feels really wide. I'm just going to pull up here a second. Then we'll be able to allow the tractors and anything that comes through. But while I remember, on the back page of this, because the Mulliner spec with the quilted seats and so on, it's about 6 grand. So the options: hand cross stitching, £2,300. Hand cross stitching. Oh, that's along here. Wow, no. Well, that's expensive. Oh, you've got the Bentley sign in the headrest at the back. So the cross stitching is all around the seat in here. So looks a bit like a Frankenstein sort of stitch, but obviously it's very difficult to do. Hand stitching to steering wheel, £129. So again, this cross stitching. Mulliner driving specification with alternative wheel, £6,883.33. Dual tone 3-spoke hide trimmed steering wheel, £279.17. Lambswool rugs to front in addition to standard overmats, £362. Battery charger UK adapter, £79.17. Bentley GPS tracking system, full fitment, £1,145. So the tracking system, you've got 2 of these trackers that you keep with you. If it goes without that, then it'll be reported, no doubt, as long as you've got a contract. Rear view camera. That's the rear view camera. £775. So total price £127. 120, if only, I'd have a few of them. £127,787. Let's get going again. I'm going to turn this heater off completely because it is warm. Nothing coming there. No animals on the road. Oh, it's just... Again, you can see out there, you can see the frost on the fields. The bits that are still in shade. This is the life. It's got Bluetooth hands-free, Bluetooth audio streaming. And it changes seamlessly from 4-cylinder to 8s. great. just what you need. Hopefully you'll be turning off, but I doubt very much. It's showing an average of 23.7 miles per gallon at the moment. And you've got the Bentley clock here. I think it's a Breitling. It's turned off. This is just effortless. And one of the things with these, it will go as fast as, well, certainly faster than my talent will allow me. And but there's just no need to. There's no reason to, and you just don't want to drive fast. You just want to make it float. This is a motorway mile eater. You jump in this, drive to the south of France, or in my case Italy, and get out the other side fresh as a daisy. There's no silly things to take your mind off driving. No stop start. No lane departure warning. You make your own lanes in this. And I would imagine it's so wide. Can I just say what you know, electrics. Electrics, you can't beat a V8. These electric cars that they're producing, they'll go as fast as a V8, no doubt, and a W12. But give me a proper, well-engineered internal combustion engine anytime. It just purrs along. I mean, if we don't sell this car immediately, I probably will do a kind of a motorway review. But there's nothing to tell you. We're probably better off doing this ride with the steering and the bumps to show you how good it is. Motorway, Harry Flatters, spoiler up. Just mile after mile. The tyres are making a little, this basically is just gravel and chewed up road. Come on, Mr. Pheasant. He thinks it's a roadrunner. That's it, go in there. There we go. Again, no pheasants were harmed. No wildlife. Actually, turn that down. I'm going to try and cool it down in here. Put them on low. I'll freeze to death just so my cameras don't overheat. on a freezing cold day. After being stood outside for an hour videoing it freezing to death. Oh dear. Roadkill. I mean, this is a Sunday car. It's, I thought that was a bird landing then. It was a leaf. It's about, I've seen little electric cars going for the same price as we're asking for this. What would you rather have? I just don't feel like I'm moving. All right, we're only doing 30 miles an hour, but it's just like this. What's the noise? It's just noise from the gravel on the tyres, and the tyres are enormous, 21-inch wheels. I'm not sure what profile it is. It'll be low profile, and they're extremely wide. On the health report from Bentley Manchester, they couldn't find anything. I think they did report the discs are a little rusty, and I think that was reported on the MOT too. Perhaps a little lip, and probably on a normal car, and if Bentley weren't Bentley, you wouldn't do anything. But we don't like sending cars out with advisories on MOTs. A lot of garages would do. The brakes certainly work fine. There's no juddering. It pulls up fine. Absolutely nothing wrong with them, and functioning as they should do. A lot of people would send it out and leave you with the bill the next MOT when it perhaps fails next time. But to be fair, it'd probably just be advised next time, if you carry on doing the same amount of miles as this guy's done, it'd just be the same next year. But we will put discs on, discs and pads, so we'll do that. There'll be nothing for you to do. It's just a £128,000 car with 42,000 miles on at less than half price. I think we'll be doing a brake fluid change as well, due for that. Aircon controls there, your mirrors here, handbrake, your suspension, heated seats, what is that? Hang on. Start stop button. So do you mean to tell me I've been using the key and there's a start stop button here? Baz. Just switch the map on there. Nice clear display. The cold air's coming through now, so that should keep my cameras in check. So back to internal combustion engines and electrics. New Sony camera there, and it's not a week old, and it's just switched off. You've got to laugh. £550, just out last week, brand new, and it's switched off. Fortunately, because I don't trust anything these days, I don't trust my GoPros, and so I have that many GoPros. I've 2 microphones as well. Redundancy. That's that's what I believe in. If one thing goes down, hopefully you've got a backup. So we'll see how this video turns out. The cyclist coming up. We can give him enough room. I've done a video on how you pair a mobile, how you delete a mobile, stream audio, work the sat-nav. And I can just pull over just over here. I'll just give you a quick blast of the stereo, which is very, very good. And of course, because I mean, now all you can hear is the tyres and the air conditioning fan. I turned that off. It's just like a breeze. Just pull over here. It's in park. We're on a country lane. We'll knock that off. Proper music, proper car. And none of that rubbish we have today, or you have today. Two tons plus. Stops on a sixpence. You know, on a real windy night and you're inside and you can just hear riding 2 abreast the opposite way. How am I going to give him a yard's room? What do you want me to do? Drive up the mountain? Oh, having said that, take up much room. Yeah, so when you're inside and there's a like a real gale force wind outside and you just hear that outside, that's what this car sounds like. It is. It's what was it? Shaped by. I'm gonna have to stop again and look. Driven like the wind. Lovely brown metallic, which looks almost black when it's not a sunny day like this. Absolutely beautiful. I know I've forgotten to talk about most of this stuff, but you know, do you care really? It looks fantastic inside and outside. Brilliant condition. Great specification. What could be nicer than going out in this at weekend with your loved one or your wife? I'm only jealous of happily married couples. So I'm going to finish the test drive here. I may switch the cameras back on in a while when I get to the motorway or anything. And what a beautiful car! I can't fault it. It's just awesome. I'm going to be depressed now when my Citroen Ami comes next month, and I'm driving around in a car that'll, well, not even a car, a quadricycle that'll do 28 miles an hour max, has a range of 45 miles, and no proper heater. And then I think of this, it's going to depress me. What a great car. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. So I've switched the cameras back on again. This is such a lovely road that I thought I may as well I probably won't talk, just enjoy the driving, and you can enjoy it with me. That's the inn at Whitewell there. Lovely place for a meal and a nice drink, as long as you're not driving. Yes. I remember a few months ago, well, probably over a year ago now, we got this Range Rover in, and it was absolutely beautiful. And I remember thinking then, because that's kind of the class we'd moved up to, the Range Rovers, Vogues, SEs, autobiographies. And I was kind of reflective then, you know, what if this is as good as it gets? I worked for Amari's, the supercar dealer, and sold all sorts of cars, dealt with all sorts of lovely people. And I remember selling a Bentley Continental GT over the phone. And the guy was I think he was a market trader in London, and he wanted the car delivering. Anyway, when the vehicle set off, or the delivery driver set off to take it, and warning light came up, and it was the brake lights. So he turned around and came back, and it was the high level brake light that had gone, and we had to get one, so we couldn't take it that day. So I rang him to tell him that it wouldn't be delivered that day because of the brake light, and he went mad. You know, he went, I'm doing this, and I've told my wife to stay in, and anyway, all sorts of stuff like that. And you could understand he was a bit upset. But anyway, we delivered it, and he rang me up about a week later, and I have to say he bought it. The videos back then weren't as good as they are now. We do our videos in 4K, and I think we only had photographs on the website of this car, and that was an unusual colour. It was blue. The hide, the seats were blue, and this colour. So that was a very emotive choice, you know. You either loved that or you hated it. Anyway, he loved it and his wife hated it. So he rung us up. He rung us up the next week. He says, "This car, I don't want it. I want another one. Have you got another one?" I said, "Yeah, we've got a black one. I'll have that." That was it. Never asked how much it was. He says, "Ring the wife and she'll transfer the money to you." And he says, "The wife's not going to be in. Just park it on the tennis court." So, how the other half live. But anyway, now you couldn't get a better car. I mean, I love Range Rovers. I really love Range Rovers, and I prefer the elevated driving position. But this, it goes like the wind. It's almost like you're sat in front of a screen and the countryside's coming at you. What great design though. Just back there I was in a Mercedes CLA AMG, and they've actually repaired it now, but there was a part of the road, the side of the road had crumbled away, and as I'm coming along here round that bend, or to that bend, a van driver came the other way and he was on his phone, and obviously the bend had taken him by surprise and he came round on the wrong side of the road, so I had to move over, and of course, as luck would have it, front wheel went where there was no tarmac and burst the tyre. So I'm very wary of that now, which is why I slowed down, and lo and behold, there was a car coming. My girlfriend says I only love cars. Well, it's got cruise control. I forgot to tell you as well, if you're still watching, it's got cruise control, and it's also got these paddle shifts. If I had one criticism of this car, it would be the paddle shift. The paddle shift is in the place I would expect the indicators and the wipers to be. It's got a very big bonnet as well when you're going over the hill. So it's just down here. And it's quite easy to think you're going to indicate, and that's it. It's the paddle shift, just on big stalks. You get used to it in a nanosecond. As I say, that is a very minor complaint. I just can't think of anything else. The electric seats. You can even put the thigh support up. You've got lumbar support. The backrest. Seat back and forward. Listen, that noise. So you can't have to, when you do give it some gas, you can hear that burbling engine. And when you just drive normally, it's quiet as anything. I've got to say, I prefer the burbling. Oh, listen. It's like an old Merlin engine. Let's just get some... So, John and myself, we were talking about the cars, our stock and stock profile, and I probably briefly mentioned it in the last video that we've got a lot of people, a lot of old customers, and we don't want to. The amount it costs you to get a customer the first time is phenomenal. Your advertising and so on. So if you do your job properly and you get the customer back again to buy a second car, or they ring you up and say, I'll be in the market, which we've got a few customers who do, I'll be in the market for a car in about 3 months, would you keep a lookout for this sort of car? And we do. That costs you nothing. That's the best reflection, the best review you can get. Somebody who comes and buys another vehicle. It's the cheapest form for us for selling vehicles, and I'm a bit concerned that we're buying cars that our old customers, although, you know, somebody will buy a Fiesta and then they'll buy a Mondeo, and then I'm going to Granadas, and we're back to Granadas now. You know, so they go through the range like that. But it's anyway. We've got a lot of cars that our previous customers wouldn't buy, so we basically just had this conversation, and I'm saying we need some more cars, round about £10,000. You know, not put all our eggs in one basket with big four-wheel drives, with this Rishi Sunak doing U-turns every day. We don't know what's going to happen, so we just need to be careful. Yeah, right, okay, yeah, well, we'll do that. And then in the afternoon I came back and he says, I've just bought a Bentley. So, oh, wow, well done. Oh, well done, not putting all our eggs in one basket. Am I glad he bought it? Yeah, you bet. It's just lovely, and you just need a house round here now. Windows are starting to mist up. I've got the aircon on full blast, and it's, as I say, it is cold. Oh, look, this is just sublime. Ooh, on the overrun as well. Let me try and get a bit of straight road. I should have put a microphone outside. Right, we've got a bit of straight road here. Let's just... Oh, listen to that. Oh. Dear me. What I'd give for this car on the Amalfi Coast. I can't. There you go. See, if I'd have just done what a lot of people have done and just gunned it there, I'd have gunned it straight into the front of that. No, he's a decent cyclist. Let me know nice and early. Oh. This video is just me making a series of like strange noises. And don't forget, this is in comfort suspension as well. Comfort mode, comfort acceleration. What a beautiful car. It's just Blackpool Air Show when the Spitfire comes over. That's it. That's the noise. I'm just going to have a big stupid grin on my face, aren't I? Throughout this video. I'll just look simple. Simpler. The gear change. Country road, car parked on the pavement, just as you meet a big white van. Okay, I am going to finish the video there. I don't want John to see how far I've been joyriding while he's been working. Ah, that felt like the seatbelt was pulling me in as well. In fact, yeah, I'm sure it was. What a car. What a car. Thanks for watching. I think the next video, my next video actually, we've got a little Skoda Fabia, got a Nissan Juke, some of the cars that we've got to suit our older customers. Not the Bentley. Oh, well, you... Okay, that's it. That's definitely it. I'm going to keep driving it, but as far as the video goes, it's going to take me all night to edit this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.